situation involving Dr. Sanders. But let me say, I think most of you are probably more aware of the facts than I am, but when I heard you were here, I tried to get an update on the facts. It's my understanding that the state system of higher education, the board itself, hired an independent counsel to begin an investigation of what happened here in July of last year. And I was told that that report from the independent counsel will be coming to the SHE board in a matter of days. It could happen in the next 2 or 3 days, or probably no later than Monday. When that report comes in, again, it probably can't be released publicly because of the pendency of the litigation that was filed in February by the students. And they have every right to file that litigation, but it changes how and how much we can talk about. But I will make this offer to all of you that I will send a number of the board members of the SHE board and the independent counsel himself or herself, I don't know who it was, to come and speak to you. The findings, the independent counsel will determine how much of the findings they can share with you, but they can also get your input and your ideas about what should happen here. And you're entitled to get your ideas across. The only people who could take action at the macro level is the SHE board. And although I appoint all the board members there, once I appoint them independent, and I can't order them to do anything. So even if I investigated this myself and concluded that there had been inappropriate action by people above and beyond Sanders, I could not order anything. But the SHE board is a good board. The head of the board is a lawyer by the name of Ken Jaron. Our new chancellor, Chancellor Kavanaugh, is terrific. And you have every right to make your feelings known to them. And I will have a delegation of them visit you here at the ESU. If someone can give me a card or a phone number of someone who I can arrange such a meeting with, I'll be happy to do that as soon as we can in the next week or 10 days. So whoever wants to just be the point person in that type of a meeting, I will do it. And let me say, and no offense to our friends from the press are here, when you have that meeting, it will be more beneficial to you if it's a private meeting. First of all, there may be things you want to say to them that you might not want open in the public venue, and they'll be a lot freer in their discussion with you if it's not open to the press. It can be open to people from the student body, and then if anybody wants to go outside after it's over and talk to the press, you certainly can as well. So is there someone who wants to be the point person who can give me a phone number, a name and a phone number?
I can give you a number, Governor, but can I ask you one question?
Sure.
I understand the original meeting that was to take place was invite only. Was the president of our university invited to that?
Yeah, we've done these on a number of SHE campuses because it affects the SHE schools. The free or almost free tuition is only available at the 14 SHE universities and the 14 community colleges. So everywhere I go, the president and the chairman of the board is invited.
So do you think possibly that the president of our university could address us as students? I mean, that's what we want. We want an answer from him. A lot of our concern is on our own safety, as the administration seems that there's alleged corruption to the highest level. Alleged, we're aware, but to the highest level. Why should any student feel safe on this university, at this university, to come out and go to anybody when our own president won't address us? Could you possibly?
Well, I will discuss that
with
I will discuss that with Dr. Dillman, and again, let me say. And I know this might not be the best answer, but given the pendency of the litigation, I think that meeting would have to be an entirely private meeting as well. You know, that doesn't mean the meeting shouldn't go on, but it would have to be private. The litigation rules are very, very, very strict. You know, you're not allowed, once you're a party to litigation, and Dr. Dillman is a party by name, and the university is a party as an entity. Once that happens, you are very much prescribed by your own lawyers about what you can and cannot discuss, and by the court itself. I don't know if a judge has been assigned to this, but you're very much prescribed in what you can say. But a private meeting with a number of students. Look, I'll urge the doctor to engage, but you may want to talk to, and you have the right to do that, but I think you should also talk to the delegation from the SHE board that I will send out here, and Dr. Kavanaugh should come here also. Look, these are serious charges, obviously, and you don't want to prejudge anything, but the allegations seem to be pretty clear here, and there was a resolution because the offending person was fired, so that means that the evidence was pretty clear, and these are serious allegations, and you have the right to know why this was allowed to go on. Did the university know about it? Did they fail to take action? Those are all questions that are very relevant and very germane, and you as students and other members of the faculty have the right to have answers to those questions.
Do you feel as if you should take a form of administrative leave because of the situation and the allegations that have been brought against him, and he's been named officially in the
Well, I think that decision probably should await the report of the independent counsel. The independent counsel is, as I said, giving that report to the SHE board. The board should take a look at that, and if the board feels that's the way to go, they should talk to Dr. Dillon.
But if Sanders had been fired without the allegations being charged, with just the allegations, how come he's allowed to stay in office as president of the university with the allegations against him?
Well, because, again, without getting too specific, there's a real difference between what Sanders was alleged to have done, which is if it's true, a criminal act, and what, again, you don't know that there has been a cover-up, and, you know, and you should be guys, you should be very careful. You should be very careful. There may come a time in your life when you're accused of something. You know, I can tell you in my public career, I've been accused of a lot of things. Fortunately, nothing at this level, but I've been accused of a lot of things. And you know that you didn't do them. And yet, it's going to take some time for the truth to come out. And I'm not saying that that's the case here or that isn't the case here. I don't know enough about it to offer an opinion. But you should be very, very careful. Remember, what makes this country different from almost any other country is that everyone has the presumption of innocence. And again, are you entitled to a swift, as students and as faculty members, are you entitled to a swift resolution of that issue? And it's an important issue. Did anybody in the administration cover up? Did anybody, by covering up, risk student safety? Those are all vitally important questions. But the answer to that could turn out to be no. And until there is some definitive answer to that very important fact, you shouldn't prejudge. I can tell you, and again, the one thing I do know is that this university has made tremendous progress as an academic institution. Tremendous progress. And that may be in part because of the faculty, it may be in part because of the caliber of students we're attracting, it also may be in part due to the administration. There is no school in our SHE system that has moved as rapidly, quickly up the academic chain as ESU has. And, you know, that doesn't entitle you, you know, you can't